Okay, I want to tie in today as we look at verses 9 and 10, something that we read in verses 7 and 8. And it fits perfectly. Listen to verses 9 and 10. It says, Then the Lord said, I have seen how stubborn and rebellious these people are. Now leave me alone so my fierce anger can blaze against them and I will destroy them. Then I will make you, Moses, into a great nation. Okay, so remember yesterday when we were talking about verses 7 and 8, the last video that we did, he was talking to Moses and he says, your people that you brought here. And I mentioned this. It's kind of like he was almost disowning them or about to disown them. Now, when we stop and think about that theologically, God's got a promise to keep. A promise he made to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, that their descendants would be a great nation and they would possess the promised land, right? So how can God destroy them? How can he disown them and still stay true to himself? See, what God's doing here is God saying, I've had enough of this. And he makes this incredible offer to Moses in this moment. If Moses is willing, God could consume Israel and start over again with Moses. I will make you, Moses, into a great nation. That's the same exact things that he said to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. I mean, he's just about quoting Genesis chapter 12, which is the call of Abraham, and just replacing Moses' name. Instead of it saying Abraham, it would say Moses. Now, could God have done this and still kept his promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Yes, absolutely he could have. Because Moses was a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So his descendants, their descendants, would still have possessed the land. He could have still fulfilled every promise he made to them. It would change the place of Moses, making him almost a new Abraham. And in doing so, would it have set back the timetable? Yeah, but he's God. If he wants to change, if he wants to make a change, if he wants to do something different, if he would have known this the whole time, if he wants to do this, this is his business. He refers to them, in the New Living Translation, he says, stubborn and rebellious. In the King James, I love the phrasing that's used here. He refers to them as they're a stiff-necked people. Love it. See, this phrase that he uses for the Israelites here is a farmer's metaphor about an ox or a horse that wouldn't respond when their bridle or rope was tugged. So he tells Moses, leave me with them. My fierce anger is going to blaze against them. They're done, right? So God didn't really ask for Moses' opinion or participation in the matter. He simply says, leave me, I'm going to do this. And it's clear in this that if Moses did nothing, the plan would go ahead. So God's promise would be fulfilled, sin would be judged, and he would start over with Moses just as he started with Abraham, but he would still keep the promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's a little bit of a scary set of verses when you think about it, that sin has consequences and God's judgment is always true and right. Later.